Let everyone join. What does small m in cm means? Which cm? What does small m in cm means? Cm means centimeter. What are you asking? I'm not getting it. What are you asking? So you say small c, small m. No, I never say small m. I say small c, small n. Clear or not? Small c for clear, small n for not clear. Okay, fine. Sir, attraction बद्दल please सांगा परत. Yes, we'll discuss that again. Don't worry. We'll discuss that again. Last question, we'll discuss that again. Fine. Fine. Small c म्हणजे clear, small n म्हणजे not clear. That was just to avoid your efforts. Fine. So how to test whether a given body is charged or not charged? I want to check whether this body is charged or uncharged. Take another charged body. Take another charged body. Take another charged body. If this charged body attracts your body, if this charged body attracts your body, what does that mean? Your body can either be positively charged, can be negatively charged, can be neutral. So you don't know whether your body is charged or uncharged, because there are three possibilities. Your body can be positively charged, can be negatively charged, or can be neutral. So attraction, from attraction we cannot be sure that our body is a charged body. Fine. But second possibility, if you have one body that you have to decide whether this body is charged or uncharged, take another body. Take another body. Check whether your body, given body, is attracted or repelled. If it is now attracted instead of attraction, sorry, now instead of attraction, now if it is repelled, what does that mean? That means your body can be either positively charged or negatively charged, because repulsion is possible only with charged bodies. Attraction is also possible with neutral bodies. Attraction is also possible with neutral and charged body. Neutral and charged body. But repulsion is possible only between two charged bodies. We are sure that this body, we are already sure that this is charged. Now we want to make sure that whether this body is charged or uncharged. If this body gets repelled, then certainly it means it is a charged. If it gets attracted, then we are not sure whether it is charged body or uncharged body. Now reply in the chat box, small c, small n. Small c or small n? N for no. Good. So that completes the question number 7. Simple things are there. Try to understand. Initial 2-3 lectures will be something like this. Then we'll go into the mathematics. Okay. But initially, let us build a strong understanding of the subject matter. Okay. Fine, sir. Next question. Sir, we can bring that unknown body to the neutral body. Sir, we can bring that unknown body near to the neutral body as well. If it attracts, then it is a charged body. Yes, you can do that. You can do that. And if there is no interaction, then it means there is no charge. Yes, you can do that. But still I will say repulsion is a true test of true test of electrification. Repulsion is a true test of electrification. Okay, because one body you are going to, because in the experiment itself, second body is, we already know the second body, we are going to take a charged body. Okay, second body we have to take a charged body, and now we have to decide whether the first body is charged or uncharged. So in this experiment, which test is going to be the true test? In this experiment, repulsion is the test which is going to be the true test, because this is already known to us that this is a charged body and this is to be decided. Experimental aside, of course you can do additional thinking that what will happen if we bring a neutral body to the another nearer to the another body. Of course those interpretations are there. आणि ते थिंकिंग तुला का जमलं? कारण आता आपण काही डिस्कशन केलं म्हणूनच जमलं. दॅट्स इट. सो त्याचाच तर फंडामेंटल्सचा यूज तर या ऍडिशनल थिंकिंग ओन लेवलला स्वतः डेव्हलप करायला या फंडामेंटल थिंग्सचा तुम्हाला उपयोग होणार आहे. व्हेरी गुड. सो तसा पण क्वेश्चन विचारू शकतात, नो डाऊट. फाईन. क्वेश्चन नंबर 8. बघा बाळांनो, क्वेश्चन नंबर 8. A positively charged body A attracts the body B, then charge on the body B. Okay, positively charged body A attracts the body B. Positively charged body A attracts the body B. Attracts the body B. Charge on the body B. Reply me in the chat box. Charge on B. Reply me in the chat box. Very simple answer. Either it is going to be negative, or it may be a neutral body. Neutral body means zero charge. Is that clear? Small c small and simple question, single line question. Yes Isha, correct answer, negative and neutral. Complete करा, लिहून ठेवा. Question 8, this diagram. This body, positively charged body, attracts body B. Then charge on the body B. This was the question. Charge on the body B. It can be either negative or it can be a neutral. Very simple thing for us. Okay, very simple thing for us. Fine, sir. Next question. Question number 9. Okay, this is interesting question. Question number 9. Question number 9. Let's see what is given in the question number 9. 5 styrofoam balls. Styrofoam, name of material, just like iron, copper, plastic, all these are materials. 5 styrofoam balls A, B, C, D, E are used in an experiment. Okay. Question number 9. Several experiments are performed on the balls and following observations are made. Fine, sir. Ball A repels C. Ball A, first observation is ball A repels C and attracts B. And write down along with me. Attracts B. B for Bombay. Ball A repels C and attracts B. Okay, this was first observation. Second observation, ball D, D for Delhi. Ball D, D for Delhi, attracts ball B. Attracts ball B, B for Bombay. Okay, and has no effect on E. Okay, no effect. Neutral, neutral, no effect. No interaction. Neutral, neutral, no interaction. No effect on E. Okay, sir. Fine. Next, number 3. Number 3 observation. Several experiments were performed. Number 3 observation. Negatively charged rod attracts both A and E. Negative rod attracts both A and E. Fine. So these are the observations. For your information, an electrically neutral styrofoam ball is very sensitive to charge induction and gets attracted considerably. Some information is given. Means if you are given a neutral styrofoam ball and near to it a charge body is brought, charge separation will take very easily. Okay, they are saying that this neutral ball is very sensitive to induction, means what? Charge separation can take place very easily and it will get attracted. Fine, this is information is given to us. What are the charges on each ball? What is the charge on each ball? Okay, find charge on A, B, C, D, E. What is the question? Find charges on A, B, C, D, E. Means nature of charges, of course, positive, negative, zero. Find nature of charges. You are not asked values, you are asked nature, positive, negative, zero. Fine. Charge on A, B, C, D, E. Fine. Now let us try to understand. There is some logic. Okay, there is some particular logic. Rather than predicting anything, let us try to understand. Okay, you might answer this question. I know you might directly answer this question, but we are here to understand the method of such type of question. There is a very good method. Okay, I have devised very good method. Try to understand. Okay, try to understand. First of all, I write something like this: A, B, C, D, and E. Okay, A, B, C, D, E. Now I look at the look at the options. Now I look at the options. मी आता सगळे option बघतो. Okay. Now in the options, after looking at the options, I get some idea. Okay. Now the next thing should be checking out first possibility. Okay, so I write here 1, A, B, C, D, E, first possibility. I assume A to be positive. And I try to satisfy all the conditions. If all the conditions are satisfied with A as positive, I will get some combination of A, B, C, D, E. And that is going to be my answer. Okay, fine. Sarth is saying A and E positive. Okay, Sarth, answer there is nahi. I am not asking you the answer. I am trying to explain the method. Okay, याचा आन्सर देऊ नका. तुमच्यापैकी कुणाकडनी आता आन्सर एक्सपेक्टेड नाहीये. ओके, इमिजिएटली सांगू शकतो आपण हे काय आहे, इमिजिएटली पण सांगता येतं, पण ते जे काय इमिजिएटली सांगायचं आहे हाच क्वेश्चन, याचं वर्डिंग जर आम्ही चेंज केलं आणि थोडीशी कॉम्प्लेक्स इन्फॉर्मेशन दिली, ओके, then it will not be easy to answer directly. Okay, now the wordings are very easy, but the same wording can be made complicated and there can be more than 5 charges, let's say around 7 or 8 charges, and some complicated this attracts A, attracts B, repels C, अशी बरीच information जर आम्ही त्याच्यामध्ये दिली, okay, if some more information is given, the question becomes complicated. Okay, but there is a general method which will always give you the correct answer that we are trying to understand. So I will assume A to be positive. Okay, sir. Now I will try to satisfy all the condition. A repels C. Repulsion is always possible between charged bodies only. So A must be charged, C must be charged. Okay. A is positive, C must be positive. Just try to understand. Okay. After writing all these things, I will ask you. Okay. Then you have to ask the doubt. Otherwise, you simply have to observe and write. First is A positive assumption. So C must be positive because A repels C. And attracts B. A attracts B. A is a charged body and A is attracted towards B. So B can be negative or it can also be zero. Means neutral. It can also be neutral. Okay, sir. Fine. Next. D attracts B. D attracts B. D Delhi attracts B. Now, to attract negative, D can be positive. To attract negative, D can be positive, and to attract negative, D can be positive or negative. And to attract neutral, ला attract करायला D positive असू शकतो किंवा negative असू शकतो, आणि negative ला attract करायला D positive असू शकतो. Fine. So these are the possibilities. Okay. Okay, next, D attracts B and no effect on E. D has no effect on E. No effect means neutral, neutral, no effect. Neutral, neutral, no effect. So D Delhi has no effect on E. Neutral, neutral, no effect. So D must be neutral. E must be neutral. So इथं काट मारायची, इथं पण क्रॉस मारायचा. फाइन. नाउ डी बीइंग न्यूट्रल, आता जेव्हा क्रॉस मारता तेव्हा मागच्या कंडिशन्स परत बघायच्या. डी अट्रॅक्ट्स बी, डी इज न्यूट्रल, डी इज न्यूट्रल, डी इज न्यूट्रल, अट्रॅक्ट्स बी. न्यूट्रल कॅनॉट अट्रॅक्ट न्यूट्रल, सो न्यूट्रल कॅन अट्रॅक्ट ओनली निगेटिव्ह. सो इथं पण क्रॉस मारायचा, इथं पण क्रॉस मारायचा. ओके, फाइन. नेक्स्ट, निगेटिव्ह बॉडी अट्रॅक्ट्स बोथ ए अँड ई. पण निगेटिव्ह बॉडी अट्रॅक्ट्स ए, येस पॉसिबल. निगेटिव्ह अट्रॅक्ट्स ए, पॉसिबल. ए ला चेंज करायचं नाही, ए अज्युम केलंय, मग ए ला चेंज करायचं नाही. ए कॅनॉट बी चेंज बिकॉज ए इज अज्युम. निगेटिव्ह अट्रॅक्ट्स बोथ ए, येस, अँड ई, येस. निगेटिव्ह कॅन अट्रॅक्ट न्यूट्रल, निगेटिव्ह कॅन ऑल्सो अट्रॅक्ट पॉझिटिव्ह. सो दिस कॉम्बिनेशन is going to be my final answer. Is that clear? Assuming A as positive, I get all conditions satisfied. Now everyone shall reply me small c small n. This is going to be your standard method. Let the complexity level be infinity. या क्वेश्चन ची कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी लेवल इन्फिनिटी जरी झाली तरी हे सुटणार आहे. विथ दिस लॉजिक इट इज 100% सॉल्व्ड. ट्राइड अँड टेस्टेड मेथड आहे. Is that clear? Fine, sir. Now, let's say initially instead of assuming A as positive, this पहिलंच assumption perfect झालं, very good thing. Let's say नाही झालं असतं. Let's say initially we assumed A as negative. What will happen? Some conditions will not be satisfied. Some conditions will not be satisfied. See how. Let us assume A as negative. Let us assume A as negative. A repels C. Repulsion is possible between charged body only. Charged bodies only. A repels C. So C must be negative. A repels C and attracts B. A attracts B. Negative can attract positive and negative can attract neutral. Negative can attract positive and negative can attract neutral. Fine, condition 1 is satisfied. Condition 2, D attracts B. Delhi attracts Bombay. Delhi attracts Bombay. Delhi attracts Bombay. So to attract positive, you can be negative, you can be neutral. To attract neutral, you can be negative, you can be positive. So there are 3 possibilities for D Delhi. There are 3 possibilities for D Delhi so that it can attract B Bombay. Fine, sir. D attracts B Bombay. D has no effect, comma, D has no effect on E. D has no effect. No effect means neutral, neutral, no effect. Neutral, neutral, no effect. So this possibility gone. This possibility gone. Okay. Whenever some possibilities are removed, you have to check all the backward, all the conditions which you have already satisfied. Okay. Parat backward जावं लागतं whenever you remove some possibilities. Only neutral, neutral, no interaction. So now we have to go back again. D attracts B Bombay. D attracts B Bombay. Neutral can attract only positive. So this possibility removed. Neutral can attract only positive. So this possibility removed. Fine. Next. Negative attracts both A and E. How can negative attract A? How can negative attract A? So this assumption fails. A cannot be negative. A cannot be negative. So assumption is wrong. So question, this possibility is wrong. Assumption is wrong, possibility is wrong. This is the logic flow. Is that clear? Bola balanno. Reply me, guys. This is the logic flow. Third statement said negative attracts both A. Negative attracts both A and E. E सोडून द्या. Negative attracts A. This is just impossible. Assumption wrong आलं. Assumption wrong आलं की possibility 0. नाही झाली ती possibility नाही. This is how you have to solve such kind of question. काय वाटेल ते कॉम्प्लेक्सिटीज करू देत. Let them give you 10 observations. Even if you are given 10 observation, with this question will be 100% solved. बोला बाळांनो, is that clear? Small c small n. Expecting reply from everyone. You can expect such question in the exam. I'm looking at the chat box. Good, very good. Good. Fine, sir. So try to understand the method rather than immediately predicting the answer. Try to understand the method. Okay, sir. Next, question number 10. Question number 10. Let us solve next question. Isn't that easy? Try to understand the fundamentals clearly. Okay, make sure that you get all the fundamentals. Make your concept strong so that the further chapter will not become difficult. Okay, just like initially for thermodynamics we spent 1 or 2 days on the basics, and then it just became easy things, right? Next, question number 10. Charge conservation is valid. Is it also true for mass? Simple question. Charge conservation is valid. It's a valid law. Yes, it is a valid law. You just cannot destroy the charge. Okay, do whatever you want to do, you just cannot destroy the charge. You cannot create the charge as well. Fine. So charge conservation is universal. You just cannot create the charge or destroy the charge. Conservation. Is it true for mass? Is it true for mass? Means mass conservation. Is it true? Is it valid? Yes or no? Question alai sanga. Y or N? Now reply in the chat box. What is your answer? Of course, we will reason it. We reason देणारच आहे त्याचं, but you try to answer it and try to think of reason as well. Mass is always conserved. Mass is always conserved. Do whatever you want. Mass cannot be destroyed. Mass cannot be created. Do you think like this? Mass is always conserved. Yes or no? Reply in the chat box. Only Y or N. Logic we will discuss. Okay. Try to think of the logic as well. Yes or no? Y or N? Mass conservation. Expecting reply. Good. All of you are giving the correct answer. Very good thing. Yes. So you know that, sir, mass conservation is not a valid thing. Okay. And this has been proved by the great scientist. You might not be knowing his name. तुम्हाला माहित नसणार आहे तो. तुम्हाला त्याचं नाव सांगतो मी. त्याचं नाव आहे आइन्स्टाइन. माहित नाही ना तुम्हाला? Einstein proved that mass conservation is not possible. Okay, he gave one famous equation. Okay, this is the most celebrated equation. I should say this is the most celebrated equation. E is equal to mc square. Okay, E is equal to mc square, where m is the mass. Just write down this equation. M is the mass. C is the speed of light. C is the speed of light. Of course, we are going to learn this equation. Okay, in the modern physics, we are going to learn this equation. And this is the energy. This is the energy. Now this relation is very simple relation. E is equal to mc square. What does that say? It simply says that when a mass m vanishes, corresponding amount of energy E is generated. When mass m vanishes, destroyed, corresponding amount of energy which is generated is E. And the formula relating mass and energy is E is equal to mc square. जेव्हा mass गायब होतं, when the mass is destroyed, corresponding amount of energy which is generated is this. So Einstein is trying to say that mass and energy are interconvertible. Mass can be destroyed, energy can be created. energy can be destroyed, mass can be created. That's it. So is the law of conservation of mass valid? No, it is not valid all the times. Okay, so write down. So mass conservation is not valid. So mass conservation is not valid. Not valid. Actually mass and energy are collectively conserved. Mass and energy, नुसते energy conservation, okay, just energy conservation not valid, just mass conservation not valid. Mass and energy as a combination it is conserved. Okay, mass conservation is not valid. Actually mass and energy are collectively conserved. Fine, sir. So the first law of thermodynamics needs to be modified. First law of thermodynamics, which is a law of conservation of energy. First law of thermodynamics says energy of the system is conserved, or whatever the energy flows are involved, it simply says whatever amount of energy has came into the system, some amount will be used for this, remaining amount will be used for that. So it simply tries to say that energy is conserved. First law of thermodynamics is conservation of energy, but conservation of energy is not valid. Okay, conserving energy alone is not valid. Conserving energy and mass collectively is a valid law. So the first law of thermodynamics was modified. Its statement was modified. Okay, after Einstein has proved this, the statement has been modified to mass and energy are collectively conserved. Mass and energy are collectively conserved. Rather than conserving mass separately, rather than conserving energy separately, mass and energy are collectively conserved. Okay, so the statement of first law of thermodynamics was modified because of this person. Okay, fine. One question, sir, if an electron is destroyed, then what are you asking? If electron is destroyed, then means what? Now this is a general, if you are asking a general question, what answer I can give that to question? Okay, give to that question. काय answer expect करतोस तू? Electron is destroyed, then if electron is destroyed, corresponding amount of energy will be generated. It is going to be this simple. What will happen to charge conservation? If you are destroying the electron, then you have to conserve the charge. That simply means electron destruction is not possible even though you destruct its mass. So electron जेव्हा कन्वर्ट होणार तेव्हा दुसरा कुठला तरी पार्टिकल तयार व्हायलाच पाहिजे, कारण इलेक्ट्रॉन वरती -e चार्ज असतोय. त्या पार्टिकलला जो काय पार्टिकल तयार होईल, व्हॉट एव्हर द पार्टिकल विल फॉर्म, that particle will bear -e charge and some amount of energy will be created. What will happen then असं विचारायचं नाही. You have to specify the situation. General question विचारल्यानंतर you just cannot expect the answer. What will happen to charge conservation? This can be answered now. What will happen to charge conservation if the electron is destroyed? Let us say some hypothetical situation is there. This is a hypothetical situation wherein we are destroying the electron. Okay, let's see. Complete destruction of electron is definitely not possible because charge conservation is there. So when electron is being converted into energy, mass being destroyed and energy being formed, some mass will convert into energy, some mass will convert into energy, and some mass will remain there so as to conserve the charge. Entire mass will not be destructed. This is going to be the answer. Is that clear? It is like beta plus decay. अंश कुठनं कुठं काय कुठेही जातोय. अंश काय म्हणतोय? Sir, it's like beta plus decay. We are going to learn those things. Okay, do not try to relate the things of the chapter number 12 with the things of the chapter number 20. 20 च 12 ला relate करा, that will be better thing. Okay. Do not relate this, okay, with the chapters which are yet to come. Because that may produce some misconception. So it's always better to relate the given chapter with all the previous chapters. Fine. Next, is this clear? Is this clear to all of you? That when a charge particle is destroyed, you cannot destroy its complete mass, because some mass will convert into energy and some mass has to remain there so as to conserve the charge. See, a simple statement, okay, producing this level of logic. कुठल्या लेवलला घेऊन जाते बघा तुमचं लॉजिक. ओके, सो it looks a very small question. Question number 10 looks a very small question. The answer is simply no, mass is not always conserved. But see, what are the implications? While destroying a charge particle, complete mass destructed. How to conserve the charge then? So definitely complete mass will not be destructed. Some mass will be destructed, corresponding energy will be created, some mass will remain there so as to conserve the charge. Okay, because charge cannot exist without the charge. That statement is already also there. Charge cannot exist without the mass. This charge was on this mass, this charge will be on this mass. So some particle will be there. Fine. And this is certainly not beta plus decay. This is certainly not beta plus decay. This is something different. Fine, sir. So Ansh, let us not use the terms or the words which we have not yet familiar with, because that may create misconceptions. We are going to learn what is beta plus decay, beta minus decay, alpha decay, gamma decay, alpha, beta, gamma, 3 types of decay. Fine, good. So everyone shall reply me in the chat box. Is this question clear to all of you? Small c, small n, and the discussion as well. I always try to keep the discussion to the track. Everyone shall reply me now. Everyone, expecting reply from everyone. बाळांनो, discussion पण समजलं का? Of course we can do such discussions, but I have to make sure that you are not getting out of the track. Fine, very good, very good, very good. Yes. Next, question number 11. What are the differences between charging by induction and charging by conduction? Charging by induction and charging by conduction. Very simple. The basic difference. Write down. Write down what they are asking. Difference between charging by write down, charging by conduction and charging by induction. Charging by induction. Conduction मध्ये लिहा, two bodies are brought in contact with each other, दोन बॉडीज एकमेकांच्या कॉन्टॅक्ट मध्ये आणायच्या असतात. Two bodies are brought in contact with each other, or a conducting wire is connected between them, or conducting wire is connected between them. Just keep on making a note. Connected between them. Induction, no actual contact, but two bodies are brought near to each other, closer to each other, but two bodies are brought near each other, no actual contact. Fine, sir. This is a basic and the fundamental difference between conduction and induction. That's it. Other differences you can just write down if required, but this is the basic difference. Fine, sir. Is this clear? Small c, small n. Basic difference. Conduction. What was conduction? There was actual wire, conducting wire, or you can actually you may actually touch the two bodies to transfer the charge. In induction, you cannot touch the two bodies. You can bring them near each other. Small c, small n. CW. Write it and reply me CW. Clear and written. Good. If required, we may rejoin, okay? If required, we may rejoin. Next question. Question number 12. Question number 12. If a glass rod is rubbed with the silk, it acquires a positive charge because glass rubbed with silk. Write down. Glass rubbed with silk. Glass acquires positive charge and the silk acquires negative charge. Silk gets negatively charged. They are asking why. Option number one. Protons are added to it. Protons added to it. It means glass. Choose the correct option. Basic logic verify करता है. Protons are removed from glass. Protons removed from glass. Fine. Number 3. Electrons are added to glass. Okay. Electrons added to glass. Number 4. Electrons removed from glass. बोला A B C D fast. क्लियर करूंगा ये सगळे क्वेश्चंस. गुड. ऑल ऑफ यू आर गिविंग द करेक्ट आन्सर. व्हेरी गुड. एकदा शिकतानाच परफेक्ट क्लियर करून घेऊयात. परत इवन रिव्हिजनची पण गरज लागायला नको. Glass rubbed with silk. What is happening? What is happening? They are asking you what is happening. Yes, all of you are giving the correct answer. Sir, electrons are being removed from it. During the charge transfer by friction, protons are not transferred, neutrons are not transferred, atoms are not transferred. What is transferred? Only electrons are transferred. Why they are transferred? Because silk can hold electrons more tightly than glass. This is the tendency of individual material. Every material has tendency to hold the electrons. Fine, because of its, of course, atomic structure or the entire its structure. So silk can hold electrons more tightly than the glass. So obviously when glass and silk are rubbed against each other, some electrons from the